This is our 10th anniversary, which for me is absolutely fantastic. I got involved probably about 8 or 9 years ago with Smart Geometry. So it's a great opportunity for us to finally come back to London. It's also, I would say, the culmination of multiple years of work of building up various challenges. And this specific challenge is revisiting some of the items that we've looked at over the last couple of years and have really looked at their impact on the larger built environment. Our host institution is the Bartlett, which is an architecture and urban design and general design facility at UCL, which is in London. They have had a long time history with computation, with urban design, and exploration of advanced skills. In the earliest discussions about constructing for uncertainty came actually from our discussions with the Bartlett. They wrote the first draft. We then worked with the entire community, volunteers for the Smart Geometry Planning Committee, people from Bentley, people from all sorts of different connections to further develop that and flesh out the entire scope. You get a number of clusters that you think are in the core of the challenge and covering things you would automatically think of when you think of the topic of uncertainty and design for the built environment. But the nice thing about this is we also have people that push the envelope, things that we hadn't seen before. We sourced from a collection of people around the world as well as specifically in London for the first day of the session, and then brought in some of the cluster champions to start discussing 4 different key areas centered around the topic of constructing for uncertainty. The second day we opened it up and we looked towards people who were thought leaders in the industry around this entire topic, occasionally pushing the envelope by bringing in artists and scientists as well. In many ways, I see that we would not be where we were today, both as an organization of Smart Geometry, but also as an entire community who's interested in the topics that we've been exploring in Smart Geometry for the last few years, if it hadn't been for the foundational work of Bentley Systems. It's interesting to think about where we could go over the next 10 years as we look back at what we've done on the previous 10 years. I think the nice thing about the entire topic of constructing for uncertainty is that there is absolutely uncertainty about where we're going with the organization over the next 10 years.